For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the Army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes.
Hi, my name's Sam and I'll be doing a Fallout 4 review today. Fallout 4's genre is a first-person shooting post-apocalyptic sandbox role-playing game. This is because you have lots of different enemies that you can face, and some enemies are stronger than others, so that you have to customize your character and level them up so you can kill these higher leveled enemies. Also, the fact that the narrative of the genre is post-apocalyptic world. It's also a survival game because you have to survive throughout the game, and wherever you go, you can collect resources to help you fight off the enemies that you come across. Also, you can customize your character to make it look like whatever you want to, and that the equipment that you find, which might help you survive in this harsh world, could also come along the way that you can pick up off the floor or find in houses or any other location. I think that this game relates to Skyrim and Borderlands because they are both open world RPGs, but in both Skyrim and Borderlands you can pick up resources and customize your character the way you want them to look. But Fallout gives it the setting more of an exciting world to explore. The storyline of Fallout 4 is very powerful because at the start you have this nice family and house, but then it all of a sudden goes into disaster because of the bomb dropping. Then when you are in the vault, you think you are safe, but then your wife/husband gets killed, depending on which character you chose at the beginning. Also, your child gets kidnapped. So now the atomic bomb has destroyed everything and has changed some of the living things on the previous world, and now they've become very dangerous. So this makes it even harder for you to survive in this harsh world. Also, you have to try and find your kidnapped son throughout searching this big open new world. Also, that you can join some of the new factions around, and there's lots of them to join up with, which then can help you progress through this world to find your kidnapped son. You see in Fallout 4 are the two main characters. There's a man and there's a wife. But out of these two genders, you can pick either one that you want to explore this big open world with. Also, there's a baby son called Sean, and you have a robot called Codsworth, which can go with you through this big open world if you like. Other companions can join you on your adventure, and they can have different groups of people to venture out with you as well. The characters in this are very different depending on whom you venture out with. Also, the two main characters at the start, whichever you choose, you can customize them to make them look however you want them to look. Also, you get to know the leaders of whichever faction you join, and you see them throughout the game. Also, with character, the dialogue that you use throughout the game when you meet any of these other characters suggest like how in the future how you progress a relationship with that character. Also, it can have the dialogue that you use has bad outcomes and good outcomes depending on how you word the speech. Also, you can have on your skill list you've got your charisma, which helps you persuade whoever you're talking to in the game to listen to your point and kind of try and follow it. Also, if your intelligence is high, that helps with your dialogue options as well. Fallout 4 is available on Xbox One, PS4 and PC, so 8th generation consoles. And this is because the graphics is too big that it only can run on 8th gen. Also, you can see how different places look in the game on all different consoles, and the different consoles have different times where they have like frame rate drops or they have different glitches. Also, on the range of consoles, there is a problem with some of the missions due to scripting bugs. The benefit of this game being on all platforms is that a lot more people can play it no matter what console they have. It also increases the fan base. However, because the graphics and the design of the game, it only can run on 8th generation consoles. The target audience is, I would say, aimed at males, and its age range, I would say, is 15 to 25-year-olds. This is because of the strong violence and the first-person shooting and all the gore that goes on in this action-packed, thrilling game. Also, the violence is very strong because in this open-world game, you can find a perk called Bloody Mess, which will increase the amount of blood and gore that's in the game from you killing any of the enemies. I would say that the economic class is E. This is students and generally unemployed people. However, their parents would be in economics C1 or C2 because of the 8th generation hardware is expensive and it's a luxury to buy. The game is a first-person shooting game. However, you can switch from first person to third in this game, so whichever you prefer you can use. Also, it's not all about going around shooting things. You can also collect stuff that can help you survive and upgrade your equipment in this game. Also, the use of the power armor is good when you are fighting hard enemies and it takes that extra firepower. However, fuel is hard to find and you must use the power suit wisely. The missions that you can do, you can do them if you want to, but if you don't, you can just go out and adventure in this big world and collect things that you can use. Also, there's lots of side missions as well. There's the other mode as well that you can build your own hideout place, and if there's people out there with interest of crafting as well, that you can make your own suits, your own armor, your own guns. But also, if you craft your own building, you can store all stuff that you've crafted in your armor suit there. I think the game has a big open world to explore, and it's up to you to how you want to explore it. Also, the other companions are hard to control because it's really hard to go stealth when they're there, because they'll just go for anything that's shooting at them.
See if you had anything worth taking.
And even though they are following you, they kind of just go off and do their own thing. There's the VAT system where you can look at the enemy's individual body parts and see how likely you are to hit them and how much damage you can inflict. Also, the critical hit system is very similar, but it switches you and shows you where the critical hit spot is, so you can deal at the most damage you can with your selected weapon. Also, there's that system also can select like your head, your body, the legs of the selected enemy. The missions in it, you can go off and do the main missions to lead you up to the storyline, or you can go around that and do all the side missions, which some are more rewarding because you can get better equipment and more upgraded stuff. It's a great game really, because there is so much for you to do, and you have the choice whether you want to do the main missions or you can just go out exploring. Also, the companions you meet are really well thought because you form a very good relationship with these characters throughout the game. Also, the storyline of it is really good. I like how your kid gets kidnapped, so that gives your character a purpose to go travel far and wide just to find him, and all the dangerous things you can come into contact with along the way. Also, all the crafting you can do and how you can make your character better at the game, I think is really well thought out, and it gives the game a lot more purpose. Also, how they give you the choice if you want to play as first person and third is really well too, because some people have different opinions and interests whether they want to play in first person or third. Also, the fact that you can get good loot and find good loot to push the game to its maximum ability. Because you want your character to be the best it can be, and how it looks matters. The map is very good detailed, and the graphics side too. I like how it's well thought out, and how the grass and how the other forest features have got like the texture of them. The only bad things I would say about it are some glitches that could need with fixing, but only little fixes here and there. I think this game is a lot like Skyrim and Borderlands mixed together, because you have that first person shooting, but you have the wide world to explore and a lot of things to collect. Also, the graphics part of it, I would give it a 9 out of 10 because they are very detailed and realistic. The gameplay, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10 because of how you can interact with first person and third. Also, how you can pick up things and craft things out of the resources you find. The sound is a 9 out of 10 because it matches the time and era that the game was set in, and it's got that disaster music along with it too. I would give the narrative a 10 out of 10 because it is so well thought about, and it makes you want to progress through the game, and how the whole kidnapping of your son, you want to know what happened to him, so that makes you intrigued to find him. If I were to give the game a rating, I would give it a 9 out of 10 because some of the pros are it's a big open world that you can go explore, crafting on it is good, range of enemies, how you don't have to do the main mission, you can go out and do other things to your liking, lots of different companions. The con side of it, bugs and glitches and other companions are hard to control, but all around the game is a good game, and it could compete for Game of the Year.